Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Sarah and I am a level 1 student at Han School Islamabad campus. So viewer, as you know, I will come with the new interview and the new guest. So we have many special guests and the guest name is
Usman Tijani.
Victor Ushtamani. Okay. So we have So I will learn. We will learn about their life journey and their life connections and their meaning of their life. So let's start. So first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm really glad to have this opportunity to talk with you. So let's start. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for giving us this massive opportunity to be with you. I am ready to learn something new from this great union. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me the precious time. So, first of all, my first question is for you that can you introduce yourself and your profession for my audience?
Okay. My name is Tijani Usman. I am in Nigeria and currently I'm in my 400 level studying computer science. Um, I'm good in MS Office, like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and the rest of them, and also design using the use of the CorelDRAW. And aside that one, I said recently in my IT, I learned how to make use of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is the front end. And at the moment, that's where I stop. And I'm also willing to learn more from it. So these are some of the basic things I can do so far. She
Okay, sorry,
muted it.
my mic is mute. So, thank you so much for giving me the very good answer. So, my next question is for you that which city or region are you from?
Okay, my state of origin in Nigeria is known as Kogi State. Kogi State, yes, in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. So, my next question is for you that where did you complete your education?
No, I'm currently running my BSc and it's in the same state. The name of the school is Prince Abu.
Okay, okay, thank you very much for giving me the very good answer. So, my next question is for you that what is your most memorable childhood memory? Hello, sir, can you hear me? Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Okay,
was having a network, but I'm back online. Thank you, ma'am.
okay, so my next question is for you that what is your most memorable childhood memory?
Okay. I think it was when I finished my Quran recitation. I think I was around the age of 11 and 12, and I was so excited. It was very interesting too because it was at the age of 9, I was supposed to finish it, but my dad said that I was very, very young for me to finish. And then it has to take my imams and my sheikhs to beg my dad that this your boy is old enough to graduate, because even those ones that are younger were graduating. So please give him the opportunity. So it starts to take my dad like 3 to 4 years later to agree. That was when I finally graduated. And it was very, very exciting. I think if I look back in time now, I'll be so excited that I was able to graduate at a very young age. It's very, very impressive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. A very good answers. So my next question is for you that what are the members of your family?
Well, in my we have a nuclear family, but we are so many. My mom gave birth to about 11 number of us, and I'm the fourth. The first one is Ramoto. Her name is Ramoto, followed by Abubakar, followed by Hamza, who is late, and then myself, which is Usman. Then there is Hawa, there is Fatima, there is Amina, there is Mariam, there is Aminu, there is Rukaya, and there is Muniratu. These are the total number of persons in my family.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for giving me very nice answer. So my next question is for you that
No.
what is your daily routine like?
Okay, at the moment, I'm a student. Even before you called, I was online on Facebook trying to make sure that I made my daily post before I go back to studying. And I was using the AI on Facebook as well to do some of my questioning and researching. And even today, we have a lecture around 12 o'clock. So I'm also using that time to read ahead. And then aside from that, my daily routine as a student is for me to spend around 4 to 5 hours on my studies, because I'm also a first class student. So I'm willing to always have the A's in all my courses almost all the time. And then at night as well, for some of the areas that I wasn't able to read in the day, I use that time to cover. And then if there's a movie to watch or listen to a music, I normally use that time to rest. And then aside from that, I go to bed, and the next morning the routine continues. So this, as at the moment, since I'm still a student, these are what I involve myself in.
Okay, sir, thank you so much. So my next question is for you that what has been your biggest achievement so far?
Okay. Think so far my biggest achievements has been that I can now build something on the internet, not like it has gone live. Sometimes back, let me say, before I went for my IT, I have lesser knowledge on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But now I can tell you that with the knowledge I have, I've achieved something very big, to an extent that I can even lead some people on how they can design one or two things on the internet. And due to the fact that I love reading a lot, I read books, so many of them. I discovered that whenever even those ones that are experts or the higher ones are having a conversation, I can have one or two things to say, which makes them think as though I have been in this tech world for like 5 to 6 years, but I've never been to. Just that there's a books, I read books, recommended books, so it's time you find out. So let me say my biggest achievement is that so far I can now enter into my system, make use of the notepad, because actually my system doesn't have everything inside. I don't have VS Code or the Sublime text, so I make use of notepad to code. And the coding was so plain. So I think making use of Notepad has exposed me to hard coding, which actually, whenever we are having this team or the group coding, I discovered that I can easily trace where an error is from because I most time had code. There's no VS Code to, you understand, to reduce the stress for me, show me the runtime error, or the rest of them. And these are some of the biggest achievements I have so far. And I'm also looking forward to see if I can improve more with the little time and the things that I have around me. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, my next question is for you that what is the most valuable lesson life has taught you?
Okay. So far, I discovered that the best, if you can't achieve it, you can still work hard for the ones that you can. And from these many opportunities I have, I discovered that if you do not put your heads together or you belittle something thinking that it may not worth it, it will someday come down to hunt you down. So I would like to say that at the end of the day, no knowledge is a waste because you don't know where the application of that knowledge will be. So that's why, like, at any point in time, it doesn't matter my field. Anywhere I am, anything I come across, I learn it. So far, I had some talks with some people, and they keep wondering how come a computer science student is teaching somebody from biology, physics, or chemistry, whatever. And I keep telling them, learning never ends. It doesn't mean that you are in this field and then you desire to put yourself only in that field. Definitely, you may lose a lot. Though they say that jacks of all trades, I expose myself to every knowledge I come across. Philosophy, books, life management, time management, whatever that I come across, I learn. Because most of these things, they come in handy. You understand? They come in handy. And then at the same time, I I also discovered that I should learn to be patient. And how do I mean by that? Sometimes, despite putting all the best we can, we may lose. And the losing may be that that thing that we work for, we may not be able to have it. Like, let me say, in my books, in my academics, right from my 100 level, I've been willing to have the highest point, which is 5 points. And then each time I try my best and our results are out, I keep having 4.5 or 4.6, 4.7, and I keep wondering what went wrong. So I'll go back to my studies, apply new ways of making me to achieve what I'm looking for. And then if I don't achieve, I keep telling myself, well, this doesn't mean that you have actually lost, but you are still at the top. You have improved more than. So be patient, go more, seek for more knowledge, and come back stronger. So these are some of the things I've learned. Although I have so many of them in my bank, but these are some that I can actually tell you right now since we are live and there's no much time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, my next question is for you that what do you love most about your country?
What I love more about my country is the unity of our people. Like
Can you hear me?
okay, I was having a bad network, but I'm back again.
Okay, no. Okay.
I was saying something. So concerning the aspect of the unity, so that my country is going through, not like the aspect of the Boko Haram and the recent things that are happening, unity in my country. And this is the part that I love the most. Like in my department or in my school now, different people from different parts of the country study and we live in unity. Like myself, my own tribe is different, and my roommate at the moment, his tribe is also different. But we have something in common, which is our department. And aside from that, I have several. We have like 7 to 8 different tribes here living, and we live in unity. And then at the same time, it leads us to understand more about our culture. That's why, like in our courses at the moment, when we're in 100 level, we learned more about the different cultures we have in Nigeria and how, I mean, their best food, their culture, the tradition, and several others, so that if at any point in time we get to stay in those parts of the country, we will not be surprised. Or even if we were surprised, it won't be that a big shock. At least we get to know that, okay, we have learned something, we have mingled with so persons, at least we can have. Like myself, I'm a Muslim, and some of my friends are not Muslims, but we still live in peace. You understand? We still live in peace. Unless I don't pray for Astaghfirullah for a situation to lead us to fight or whatever. And then we find out that when it is about to lead to a conversation that's beyond our power, we tell ourselves, please let's stop this conversation. Let's change the topic. There are other things that we can do that will take our time, something constructive. So one thing I love about my country is that unity. And then you find out that no matter where you go, the moment you tell that you are in Nigeria, you will just feel so happy. Irrespective of though the country is now, let me tell you the truth, the country, at some point in time, we have some people who go ahead to do some bad things. So it is actually tarnishing the image of the country on the international level to some extent. But still, we still have the good ones who you can actually depend and rely on. And just like I told you, that unity in my country, I love that part very well. But there are some other aspects too. But this aspect of unity, I love it very well, irrespective of some issues that may commence. Like it may be in some parts of the country, they say that so just because you are from the north or you are from the south, you can't be. But still, I still love that this part of my country. Like now, the school I am now, I'm not from that state. The state I mean that where I'm staying. So I have to travel like 250 km for me to reach here. And then this place is just like my home. It is my home, but I don't stay here. My parents and I stay far away from the entire town, but I do come here to stay. So that unity, the welcoming. In fact, my dad was like, go back to your home and learn how to speak your language because you are not very good in speaking your native language. So coming here is actually welcoming, and benefiting a lot. At least when my dad calls me now, I cannot say good morning and good afternoon in our native language, and that exposure, I'm so happy with it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You will give me very good answer. So my next question is for you that can you tell me about how is your language used in daily life?
You say,
How is your language used in daily life?
okay, the usage of language, please, can you put it in a way that I can understand because the question seems a little bit complex for me. So let me give you the answer according to what you asked for. I'm very sorry that I'm asking again.
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question is for you that can you tell me about what is the most famous cultural festival in your country?
The most famous words again.
What is the most famous cultural festival in your country?
Oh, I can't say it's the most famous. There are many cultural activities that happens in the country. So many of them happened. Um, Sometimes we have this fishing festival. They call it Argungu Festival. It happens in North, in a state known as Kaduna State. It happens in the North. In this fishing festival, it mostly happens around April or May or so. I can't actually keep to the date. But at this festival, so many governors from different states are invited to this festival in which the people in that community will catch fishes. They do this fishing festival whereby they go in mass into the river or the stream to catch different fishes or whatever. That is one culture. Another one is they do this festival during the Salah break also. You will see many people in mass, but most of these things happens in the north, because the northern part of my country is where you find the larger number of the Muslim community. So during the Salah, they do a whole lot of things like horse racing, drumming, and the rest of them. You see it, and then in my state, which is the Kogi state where I am now, there's what we call Ote Egu. That is in my tribe. Ote Egu means that the wine that you give to your ancestor. That's what it really means. So what happens during this period of time is that they allow masquerades to come outside and be dancing, purifying the entire town. I don't know if you know about the masquerade. These are people that do wear things from head to toe, and you can hardly look into their eyes. You understand? They cover their body. We call them the masquerade. So they do go the whole town performing one rite or the other. In fact, you'll be shocked to know that during this culture, my mom used to tell us that women are not allowed to be touched by the masquerade, that it may cause infertility. I don't know if that is true, but they say that that's what they also told them. And then if this festival is going on, women are specifically not allowed to have a contact with the masquerade. And then aside that one as well, there's also this yam festival. They call it New Yam Festival. So this New Yam Festival happens when it is time for harvesting of yam. And why do they do this New Yam Festival? Is to avoid issues that, like, most time it is believed that when you harvest new things from the farm and you digest it directly into your system, you may fall ill and the rest of them. So this community, this festival, this New Yam festival mostly happens in the south and in the east. So they do this festival to make sure that whenever you begin to consume this new yam, you may not fall ill and the rest of them. So they do this festival. There are several other festivals that happen, but these are some of the ones that are very, very popular. That whenever if you even go to online and search, you'll be able to see them. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. You will give me a very good answer. So my next question is for you that can you tell me about what are the main holidays or celebrations?
Okay, Nigeria is a very big nation. Some of the holidays we have are international, while some are local. One of the most popular one we have is 1st October. The 1st October is the day for Nigeria's independence. As 1st October, we got our independence from the British on 1st October 1960. So far, on every 1st October, we celebrate our independence. And then on June 12th, we celebrate our Democracy Day, June 12th. Before it was in May, but last 4 years it was shifted to June 12th. And why was this celebrated as the day of the Democracy Day? It was meant to celebrate the day that Nigeria decided to switch from the military rule to an executive rule. So we no more have like a soldier or a police or anybody in the uniform standing to rule the country. And some of the international ones we have, like the day of Ramadan, the big Salah, that is Eid Fitr, Eid this one, and then um, what other ones? We have several of them, but a larger number of them are international holidays. So each time we have, and are given a day or two to stay at home, like the Children Day and the rest of them. Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my next question is for you that can you describe traditional clothing in your country?
Okay. I have spent a larger number of my time in the north, specifically in a state known as Borno State in Maiduguri. And then what we normally wear as a Muslims, we wear what is known as kaftan. It's a kaftan, a long shirt with a long hand, a long sleeve with a long trouser, and then we wear a cap as well. So that's a kaftan. And then since we're in the north where is a place where they have larger Muslims there, a lot of the things we wear have to cover our entire body. So he said that we wear a jean and a shirt with a long sleeve. That's it for a boy. And for the lady, you have to wear like something exactly what you are wearing in cap, you understand? But if you're at home freely with your family members, you can remove it because you are not in the public. And then, but in the states where I am now, which is the Kogi state has a mixture of Muslims and the Christians. So you may likely come across some people not wearing exactly what the Muslims are wearing. But these are some of the things that we have to adapt ourselves to because everyone has a different belief, different cultural differences, and their faith. So we have to enjoy it. It doesn't actually mean that what they are wearing is actually that bad. So some of them likely dress in a way that the society will not see it as a red flag. Yes. So these are some, I'm a Muslim and these are some of the things that I normally wear. A long sleeve and a cap and a shoe and a fitting shoe. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, nice answer. So my next question is for you that can you tell me about how did you start your career?
Please, I didn't hear you very well. How did I do what? Sorry.
Okay, so my next question is how did you start your career?
Okay. I started my career, though I'm yet to start earning from it. I started my career in 2023. Initially, when after I finished from my high school, we have this examination body known as JAM. This JAM means a Joint Admission Matriculation Board. That's what it stands for. Now, this body is in control of every form of admission into a university, a polytechnic, or any other higher institution. So initially, when I was done with my high school, I wanted to study medicine and surgery. That was what I had in mind. So, but after I sat for my first UTME examination, my score wasn't that impressive. I had 246 out of a score of like 280 and above. So I couldn't. But at the same time, during that period while I was at home, I decided to go to a cafe and learn a computing skill, which I was able to finish with a diploma. I think that's where I was able to learn the MS Word, Excel, and the rest of them. Now, when I was exposed to the computing world in my next examination, which happens every year, I decided to switch from applying for medicine and surgery into computer science because I saw the opportunities and the kind of things. Because at the moment we are heading into AIs, and so far we have been seeing a lot that AI has been doing. So I had a change. I don't know if I should call it a career at the moment, but I pray it will be part of my career. So I started, I'm still a student, like I told you earlier. I'm now in my final year, 400 level, studying computer science. So my career started in 2023. That was when I gained admission into the university. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks so much for giving me the precious time. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm really glad to have this opportunity to talk with you. So our interview time is end. So my last question is for you that
Okay.
please give me short advice for my audience.
Okay. Short advice for your words. Let me hear it very well. Okay. Um, all I'll say is that I don't know what field you are in or the expertise in what you have mastered in. You should always look into the other side. So many things get into. Just as the part that you are in now, which has to do with a personal interview like myself, which has now introduced you to get to know more about my it was before because what you may have been seeing before is completely different from what you are seeing now. At least there's now a bigger difference between what you have seen before and now, maybe after the interview. Another thing is um, the aspect of knowledge. We shouldn't limit ourselves because we have attained a certain level of knowledge. Because 4 days ago, one of our lecturer told us that if after we graduate, we can't secure a job for ourselves in this computing world in the next 4 years, almost everything we have learned has expired. So what does it mean? For us to have a relevance into our field, we need to go and acquire the latest skill into what we're having. So this swings around the fact that what we learn today will not be that relevant tomorrow. And how do we now meet up with this requirement is by exposing ourselves to things like that. Because at the end of the day, up to now, we still have some persons around me that don't believe in what AI is. They feel as though AI is compete with them, and then they begin to just sit hands down without doing anything. And then for the little among us that decide to expose ourselves into making use of these AIs, do wonderful things. A little bit, not that we are an expert, but we are making use of this tool because AI is here to be a second hand. So with the aid of the AI and the new things so that we try to make sure that we add our knowledge that's even to more with the little. That is not. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much for giving me the precious time. So, viewers, this is our
Thank you.
interview. He is very special guest. Meet with the next interview and
Okay.
the next guest. So, I hope like it. So, take care. Allah Hafiz,
Okay.
Pakistan, Zindabad.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.